I'm a bit bored. But no, I've got some work to do on this enclosure that I'm building at the minute. So I'm basically at the minute, I'm at the stage where the electrics are in, and I've just got to start pushing everything and trying to test it all before I actually have to move all of the enclosures to get this one to fit in. Oh God, it looks beautiful. I mean, you can't really see it too well because I've got the big light there, but oh, how cool is that? It's looking good. I'm gonna wait for some people to come in. We're gonna have a chat with a few. Hey, Ben's pets. Hey, happy ants. I've basically just got this enclosure now to the point where the electrics are in it. So I've got to test it. I want to test all the electrics before I actually start securing everything. I've got all my big enclosures that I've got to try and physically move out, which will be fun. To be able to get this one to sit on the floor on the bottom, so that'll be quite good. Hi, Caroline Hawkins. But I really don't want to. I'm like, oh, it's going to be fun because I can just guarantee something's going to go wrong with this one. We'll see. But yeah, I've got the UV light to test. I've got with the UV light, I've just basically got to plug it in and turn it on to see if it turns on. That's basically it. I don't really care too much about the UVI at this point because I can always change bulbs. I've got 101 different strengths of bulbs just sat over there, so I can always change the bulb to get the right UVI. I've got my infrared heat projector. That's got to be tested, and I've also got a heat mat underneath that hide there. That's got to be tested as well. Yeah, Ben's pets. I do apologise. Not so much apologise, but I feel sorry for you, mate. Ben's pets planning to go to the big Bedford show coming up over the weekend, and he's just tested positive. So I feel sorry for you, mate. I hope it doesn't get you too much. That would be a pain. I don't know how to look at the chats and stuff on this. I'm just sort of playing around. I really need to figure this out a bit more, to be fair. Am I ever headed back to Rutland Zoo? Yeah, I'd love to. If they invite me down there, then yeah, 100%. I would love to see the place, to see how they're doing and stuff like that. But I'm not really active on social media anymore, so I don't really see updates of everything. Incredible inverts. Hiya, Princess. I've got to dig out that Princess t-shirt. For those who don't know, I probably will be going to the Bedford show, providing I don't catch COVID. And I've lost a bet and I've got to wear a Princess t-shirt. So if I can find that, I might modify that t-shirt to sort of take a dig at somebody else. But either way, I've got to try and plug this in. First of all, I've got to plug in all the thermostats. I've got all the thermostat probes in here. I'll quickly take you off and show you what I've done. That's the setup just there. Big 5-foot Royal Python setup. The UV lamp, obviously I broke the clip, but the clips are not going there anyway. That's going just behind this board here. And I'm either going to be putting another UV lamp possibly behind the lamp over the bastion spot. I don't know. We've got the infrared heat projector just there. Let me get that out. That's the thermostat for the infrared heat projector above. That's the thermostat cable is going to be going above ground. This is the thermostat cable for the heat mat, which is all secured in. So I've got to plug them in together. You watch, know me. I'll probably plug in the wrong thermostat to the wrong item. Anyway, yeah. I've got to repaint. I've got to paint the front of that hide. I've done obviously the back and the side, so I've just got to repaint the front of it. But if you don't know, this is like a sneak peek. Nobody actually knows or has ever seen this enclosure. That's just a massive magnetic front hide that I built into the middle. That's it. Ow, that's big. We've got a... So those plastic little hides that you get for rubs. We've got one of them. We're going to be using that as a subterranean level. So that's going to be completely covered in substrate. It's going to be pitch black inside there. But there's possibly also going to be a hide on top of there. We've got that hide there. The substrate's going to be coming up to about this sort of level. So it's going to be like another hide in there. He'll be able to go in and burrow down sort of thing. And that's what I'm kind of hoping with that one. He's obviously got all his branches. We've still got some vines to make to go in there and some rope vines. That'll be quite cool. We've got to get all the live plants. Oh, God. I'm really off this list thinking, God, there is so much more work to do on this. But either way, it's getting there. It's pushing there. It's looking really amazing. Charlie is going to absolutely love it. Hey, Charlie, you going to come and say hi, mate? You going to come and say hi? No? Okay. Oh, where's Attenborough? Check Attenborough. Oh, there he is. He's looking great. So the whole process right now, you'll probably see me. I'm actually going to probably abandon you all for a few seconds. Solely because I've got to get all the cables that are up there, yeah, and plug them all in, find out where they all go, and try and plug them in, set the thermostats. Actually, let's do that. Set the thermostats before I actually do anything. There it is. Everyone's got one of these to adjust the thermostats, but they always lose them. Oh god, which thermostat goes to where? Right, that is my heat lamp, and that goes into the, oh, that's my stupid fault for putting two thermostat probes. Oh, two thermostat probes through the same hole, so I'm going to have to figure out which one's which without breaking everything. Massive piece of cork back there, check that out. How cool's that? So I do apologise if you see various aspects of me that you don't particularly want to see, but deal with it. Is that the right cable just there? Yes. Right, so that one comes up there. Right, so this one is the thermostat probe for the heat source, for the arboreal heat. I've just had the plug for it, is that it? Yeah, that's the plug for the heat source. Plug that in, set that temperature to 88. Right, that's that one. Done and dusted, I've got to plug that in. I just thought I've only got 2 plugs over there, and I've got 3 plugs here to test. Oh, the joys! Huh. It's all good. And one of those plugs is taken up by this line that you can see just here. Oh well, it looks like we're testing one at a time. That'll do. Is that the right one just there? Yes. Right, plug that in. Where is the plug? I'm too fat for this. There we go. Right. Yay, the thermostat's just clicked on. So far, so good. So, I do apologise if this is boring, but it's a bit of a live stream. So what have we got so far? The heat mat's not on. We've got a reading of 23 degrees and 74 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'll just check that in a minute and see if any heat actually does come down off that. It's the infrared heat projector. I can feel a bit of heat so far. No, I didn't go to Doncaster. And quite happily I didn't either, because one of my friends, Ben's Pets, I think he's actually in the chat, he went to Doncaster and he's just tested positive for coronavirus. So I'm kind of lucky I escaped that one. I'm quite gutted really, but I've got a good reason why I didn't go. Let me just move that. Ooh, I can't feel any heat off that at the minute. Yeah, I've got a good reason why I didn't go. I start a new job next week, and I just didn't want to risk any COVID related things for that. Let's have a look and get this right on the actual lamp and just see if that's heating up. 73. Oh, it is 75.5. Oh no, it's not. Why is that not heating up? Have I wired it up wrong? That would not surprise me, because I've had to wire that whole system up. Right, so this is why we test. I don't think that heat lamp's actually working. Let me just check I've plugged the right thing in the right place. That would help. Oh wait, there. It's got a toggle switch on the actual cable that runs from this to the thermostat, so it could just be as simple as that. Let me check if I've plugged it all in right. Yes, that's all plugged in right. So if it's not this toggle switch, then it's going to be my wiring from the actual heat lamp to the thing. This is why we should test everything when you're building it. just to make sure really. Right, where's my heat gun? 77, 78, 82. Yeah, that's turning on. Yes. Sweet. Now I just want to see if the thermostat probe actually knocks it off. So I'll get the thermostat probe, whack it straight underneath there, and we will see. There you go. I'll just whack the thermostat probe for the above ground, because we've got a thermostat. I'll explain it a bit more because it looks strange. You don't mix two different heat sources together. You just don't do it. Well, I'll explain why I've done it and how I've done it safely. So I've got my infrared heat projector just up here. That's battering down onto a above ground level, so a terrestrial and arboreal sort of level. That's going to heat that up, and that's where the thermostat probe is going to be, on top of the substrate and under the hide on the top. I've also got the heat mat just down here with its own thermostat. So I've actually got two thermostats running this enclosure. So they're both going to counteract with each other and work together, sort of thing. And this heat mat's going to be for a underground hide. It's going to be a proper burrowed into the underground hide. Hiya, Lee's creature. Happy ants. Zora, boy MV. Bishop, hiya. So yeah, we've got some good heat coming off that now. Yeah, so it shouldn't be long before that starts clicking off. As soon as that thermostat clicks off for that, and then comes back on again, we know that's working perfectly fine, and we can move on to testing the next piece, which will be the heat mat. I've got to test the heat mat, then the UV light. I've got to go out and get some plants to go into this. I know what I'm getting, I know where it is and all that sort of stuff. I've just physically got to drive there to actually get it. What else have I got to do to this? So what have I got to do? I've got to test it all. Then I've got to physically move it. I'll show you where it's going. This is weird because over the next few months here at Northern Exotics, we have got some proper big moving around to do. We've got this 5-foot enclosure. Let me show you. So we all know that area just down there. Obviously, it's a mess we're building. Well, those two enclosures have got to come out. Those two enclosures, that one and that one, will be empty. So I could do with getting them out, but that's not a big deal right now. I've got to move them closer to the wall, but that's about it. This 5-foot enclosure is going down the bottom, and then these two are getting stacked on top of it. However, within the next month, I've got to do all this on my own because there is nobody here to actually physically help me lift. So that's going to be the fun aspect. It's easy to say, oh, I'm moving those two out of the way and putting another one in the bottom. It's me doing it, and I'm like, oh, that bottom one weighs a ton because there's a load of slate in there. That one's got a nasty snake that wants to eat me, and this one already weighs an absolute ton. So it's just going to be fun. But within the next month or so, we've got an 8-foot enclosure coming in here. So that's where everything's going to have to be moved again. So I'm going to have the 8-foot across the wall. That shelving unit's going to go. It's going to be the full length. By that time, those two will be empty. That one will still have Mushu in it, and that one will still have Attenborough in it. So the 8-foot, I've still not properly planned it, but the 8-foot, then this 5-foot on top with that 3-foot next to it. I'm hoping they're the same height, actually. I've not really checked that. I'll have to check that. Where's my tape measure? Just there. This is where my plan's going to go totally tits up. I know it's going to go tits up already. So what have we got? 22 inches. Oh, yes. 21 inches. So all I need to do is put an inch stand for that one. Yes. I'm happy with that. That's worked out well. Yeah, so 8-foot, 5-foot, 3-foot, 2 4-foots. And then that should be all my enclosures. Then this can come over here, just here, in theory. Oh, got morning geckos out. Up on the back wall just there. See them? That's only a baby. Oh, they're so cute. Let's go up here. Hello, Sparrow. Scorpion's not away. Oh! There's my Samani. Yeah. We've got a lot going on, actually, because we've also got those two we've got to build out. I'm tempted dart frogs. I am tempted to go back towards dart frogs. That should be an invert communal. What else have we got? Just loads and loads and loads of bits and pieces. Hello, mate. Yeah. Thermostat just clicked off that. So, I'll try to check temperatures. What substrate am I going to use? In here, I've got a mixture. I've got the, let me grab it, because I've got 4 bags of the stuff. I've got to move that out of the way. So the bottom layer, let me move that so because that's blinding the camera. Is that better? There we go. Yeah, so the bottom layer of substrate is going to be more of like a sand soil consistency with a bit of bark in it. That's just because it compacts easy, just like in nature. Then above that, we've got loads of different BioLife Forest by ProRep, just solely because it's the best substrate where I can easily change it. It's easily accessible to everybody else, but it will withhold the humidity within there. When you spray it down, it has a big spike to start with, but then it slowly keeps it between sort of 65 and 50 humidity for like a whole week nearly. So that's why I'm using it. I've got to chuck some springtails in there and some isopods and stuff, but I've got 4 bags of that. So that should be enough for in here. We shall see. Let's have a quick slap on some of the other comments. Oh God, we've got a lot of comments. I'm sorry if I'm missing some of the comments. There's a lot of comments. Belinda Miles, hiya. I'm really no good at names. Am's Louise. Hiya. You know, I'm good. Happy Ant UK. If I want to send, if you want to give Richard a gift, send him a scorpion. No. I've already had that. No more animals are coming into this house that take a massive amount of care. Solely because I've got the animals that I've got now. I want to provide better for them, so they're all going to get bigger enclosures. Hence this one here, 5-foot royal python enclosure. It's going to be arboreal, terrestrial, and subterranean. So that's just that. So I'm in no market for any more animals except for possibly the dart frogs just up there. They're sort of like a dream species. I had them ages ago. I always said whenever I get myself back on my feet and I get to a point where I physically can have them, they're the next ones that I'm having. I've got a couple of empty enclosures, and that's solely for reptile rescue purposes. If the rescue does get too much, I've got the extra sort of space here just in case. Let's have a look. Yeah, the dart frogs do look absolutely amazing. They're great to interact with as well because you get to see them, you get to understand them, you get to understand nature through watching their behaviours. I just love dart frogs. Plus, I went up to Chester Zoo the other day and they've got an amazing dart frog enclosure. I kid you not, it's the size of this whole building. It's huge. And it was only thumbnail dart frogs, but they were amazing. But I'm still torn between the Dendrobatus tinctorius azurias, they're the black and blue ones, or the Leucomelus, which are the yellow and black ones. Now, I would like the blue and black, the azurias, but you can't have them together in a group. And I'd love a group of about 5, to be fair. And then I may even drop some mourning geckos in there because they can communally live together. Then again, Cheshire Reptile Rescue's got a couple of Madagascan giant day geckos. Ooh, they can live in there communally as well. Have I ever thought of owning toads? I've got one. His name's Jacob. Have you ever had corn snake? Yeah, I had a corn snake years and years ago. Got it in as a rescue. Found that a new home. We gave that a 3-foot by 3-foot enclosure. That was mammoth. That was when I first one of my first snakes, to be fair. Oh, right. I was checking the temperature, weren't I? That's nice and hot. 84.9, so 85 degrees. So I could do with knocking that up an extra Fahrenheit, just to keep that subterranean level. But that's absolutely perfect. I'm going to wait for it to click back on, and then I can start testing the actual heat map temperatures. Let's give that a quick go. So I'm going to have to figure that one out as well and plug all that in and stuff. We have got, there's the plug for the heat map. There's the plug for the thermostat, and that's the probe. That's the new Reptile Systems heat map. The joy with heat mats is they're only on-off. You only need an on-off thermostat for the heat mats. Right, temperature. on off. Yeah, that'll be. Let's go with. Perfect. Right. Let's get this one plugged in and test it. Oh. So let's see if this heat map starts warming up now. If it does, bonus. Oh. I've still got to make some vines to go in here actually. I've got all my hessian all cut up and stuff ready to do it. I've just got to actually physically do it, which will be fun. I might do a video on that. I've done a video before, but to be fair, I really want to get this enclosure done and dusted as quick as possible. Mainly so I can clear the memory on the hard drive so that I've got enough memory there to do a decent few videos at Bedford. I was looking at Bedford because I always thought Bedford was only 2 hours away. Yeah, it's 3.5 hours. That'll be fun. Yeah, the frog's habitat. I'm probably going to go over the top with that, to be fair, and I'm possibly going to let it grow in for quite a while. Because the thing with the frogs enclosure, everyone uses a lot of light going into it, and people don't really think that in the wild they don't actually physically have a lot of light battering on them because it's all dappled light by the plants, all the tree covers and stuff, and it just fires through not so much light. So I might just have to put a load of light on there to help with the plant growth and the UV to help with the animals, but just let it grow in for quite a while so it does create that dappled light when the plants are grown. I'm thinking that might be the best scenario for it. But knowing me, I'm probably going to turn around and say, well, that enclosure is no longer big enough. I want a taller one. I want a wider one. More than likely. Let's have a feel. Yeah, the heat map's warming up. God, it's up to temperature already. So we're just basically probably going to adjust it, keep adjusting the temperature of that one. I'll take away the top thermostat probe so that doesn't interact with it. Yeah, so I'm going to, I don't know what I was going to say then. I just went off on one a bit. It's coming together. What do you guys think of it? This is the first sneak peek of this enclosure that anybody's actually ever had. It's not completed. Like I said, I've still got my vines, I've still got my plants, I've still got my substrate, my terrarium levels. I've still got to adjust the UV. I've still got to drop it in the front. Can you read my question? Oh, I'm going to have to find that now. Let's have a go. Where's Belinda Mole's question? I'm going to sneeze. Good morning, Richard. Is that the question? Sorry, Belinda Moles, if I have missed it. If I have missed it, can you just drop it on again? Because I can't really see a question through the comments. I'm sorry. This setup's going underneath my 4-foot enclosures. I've already been through and mentioned that. It's going in the reptile room. Underneath those enclosures just there. Obviously, this is a bit wider, so I've pulled these enclosures out from the wall naturally, so they sort of match up with the edge of the rack. So I'm just going to push them back at enough space. I've already measured it. I've got enough space behind the back, so they all fit there with the 4 foots on top. That's where it's going to go. Oh, there we go. Lock it in place. Let's see if Belinda Moles has done a question, because I'm like, yeah, the zoo enclosures were absolutely amazing, weren't they? I really wanted to get some footage of their Komodo dragon setup, because that is a beautiful setup, but I just couldn't find the Komodo dragon. I think it was burrowed or brumating burrowed or just hidden away. But I've been there twice now and I've still not seen it. I know he's in there because I can see traces that he has been in there. It's just I really want to see their Komodo dragon in action, sort of thing. Yeah, I had a Pac-Man frog. God, years ago. They're basically like a pet mouth. That's it. really. They just sit in a burrow, in a corner, in a hide, doing nothing. They sort of dig themselves down into the substrate so that only their eyes are showing, and then you just dangle something in front of them and they're poof, gone. If you blink, you've missed them eating whatever it is that you fed them. That's it. That's a Pac-Man frog for you. They're beautiful. They're gobby little gits, because you can put your hand in to pick them up and he'll chomp your thumb. Doesn't hurt massively, but you can definitely feel the abrasiveness of them. Let's check this. That's warming up slowly and nicely, so it'll be interesting to see how that one warms up. Let's go back to the comments. Rock monitors. Oh, Mark, amazing. Oh, Reptile Exotics, you got COVID. I feel sorry for you, mate. I hope it's not hit you too bad. I keep doing tests because I've got this little tickly throat at the minute, and I'm like, oh no, I hope I haven't. But I've been at a proper test and it's come back negative. I've done my lateral flows, they've come back negative. I think this is just basically a smoker's cough. I do vape. That's my theory anyway. But I do have a bit of a tickly throat. It's not COVID, I hope. Alright, back to this. So what's everyone doing this morning? Shall I do more live streams? That's the thing, I don't really do too many. That's on a good temperature. I might actually need to turn that down a tad. I'll leave it for a bit. So it's up on 88 to 91, so I'm just going to keep an eye on that. Yes, please, more live streams. I'm probably going to do a few live streams, but do them all at different times of the day, just for the different audiences, because I've got a lot of American followers that aren't awake like in the mornings now, so I might do a few different ones and just see which one works out best and work it from there. This was just literally a spontaneous, let's go and do this, and I've got to do this, you may as well come along with me. What will I be keeping in this setup? Bull python, royal python. It's a full-on 5-foot setup. Charlie, he's down there looking at me like he wants to eat me. Sorry, Leah. I didn't even know I was going live. Sorry, for those who don't know, Unusual Pets is Leah. We're all in a group chat, load of YouTubers, because we're all going down to Bedford Reptile Show together. And we're in the middle of a random conversation, all of us, and then I just go live randomly. I thought, no, I was busy filming with this, because I was just filming the Thermostat Pro placements, part of the actual build video, because there's a big video of how to build it, sort of thing. It's just going to be total 5-foot ball python setup or something along those lines. It's taken about a month to actually make that video, so everyone, you better like it. I was just filming an aspect of the Thermostat Pro placement. I thought, before I actually move this over, I'm going to have to test all the electrics, and that's what I'm doing. It just takes a while to test everything, let it get over to temperature. I've only got one plug, so it's a case of just plod along. Where do I get my enclosures from? Anywhere, everywhere. I find them here, there and everywhere. I'm quite lucky because I'm quite pally with the lads at the Reptile Rescue, and they've got accounts with like Monkfield and Peregrine and stuff like that, and they can physically make the enclosures for you. This one was a donation into the Reptile Rescue. Thank you, Happy Ant UK. Yeah, this one was a donation into the UK. Sorry, I'm buzzing with that. This was a donation into the Reptile Rescue with an animal, but this enclosure, it come with a Savannah monitor, Boss monitor. But this was too small for that animal, so we moved it over into an 8-foot enclosure, and then this was up for grabs. It was in the way, sort of thing. So I turned around and went, yeah, I'll give you a bit of money for it. Why not? It come with UV, two heat mats, a load of bits of decor and fake plants and stuff. But it was a decent Viv Exotics enclosure, so I thought, you know what, I'll have that. That'll be perfect, because originally I had a 4-foot enclosure set up ready for my bull python. I thought, no, it's got to be this one. This is the best one. This is better because it's a bit taller, so I can add for that arboreal level with all these bits of wood stuck into the background. I can add extra wood into it if I need to. I can stick a massive hide against the back wall. I can do a subterranean level because it does have that extra height. It's not as deep as I would ideally like. It's just a standard vivarium depth, 20 inches or something, 2 foot. Let's have a look. Let me take a measure, because I'm actually curious. Yeah, 2 foot deep, so 24 inches deep. But it's 5 foot wide and 2 foot. Is it 2 foot tall? Yeah, 2 foot tall. And it does it. Oh, has Belinda Moles added the question in yet? I put a question again. It's in capitals. You just keep missing it. I talk too much. That's the thing. If you can ask the question again, I've been through the chat and I can't really see it. I'd love to answer it for you. I just can't find it. If you could do it again, and if anyone points it out to me, I'd be even better because I am just so quick. Oh. Right, guys. Now that this is done, I'm actually getting a phone call come through that I need to take. So I'm going to go. I'll speak to you all later. Peace out, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you all.